Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, bring you our NFL Week 8 preview between the San Francisco 49ers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now let's take a look at some keys to victory for both teams, starting with the 49ers.
When you look at San Francisco in this matchup, I'm interested to see if they start to incorporate Vance McDonald more in the passing game, because right now it's predictability by personnel grouping. You just saw a little bit of it last week versus Tennessee. Once they start to get him the football in the passing game, it balances the field, it opens things up, and it just gives Colin Kaepernick one more option to go to throwing the football. Defensively, you can't allow yourself to get reached in the running game. You have to fight hard to set the edge to really bottle up that Jags ground game. And if you can do that, it's going to put these guys in a lot of second and long, third and long situations, and then you'll be able to unleash that pass rush to get pressure on the quarterback and put Chad Henne on the ground. Now let's move over to Jacksonville in this ball game, and don't get creative in how you move your offensive line. I go with more base blocking or zone blocking with the occasional power. You have to remember the field conditions over there at Wembley Stadium. You don't want to put your guards in a move. You can go with more base or zone. I believe the Jaguars can have some success running the football versus San Francisco. I would also take advantage of the Niners' aggressiveness in coverage with double moves, i.e. your sluggo routes, which are your slant and go routes, your rail routes from the 30-yard going in to generate those splash plays in the passing game. Defensively, beating the guards to the spot is a must versus San Francisco, who move their guards a lot in the ground game with counters and different power plays. Beat those guards to the spot and you can win versus the run. And you also want to stay alert for the tight end in motion, because 9 times out of 10, it's either going to be a wham or a stretch play, so the defensive linemen must play with their eyes in obvious running situations versus the 49ers.
The San Francisco 49ers can get creative in the red zone versus the Jacksonville Jaguars by utilizing 2 tailbacks in the backfield and trying to get those quick hitters to try to get big plays on the ground. I'll show you what I'm talking about. You see right here, we're going to have Vernon Davis in a wing formation along with Kendall Hunter. Love the way this guy is running the football. He's a quick running back. 32. Quick running back. You can get him on the inside quickly. We got Frank Gore in the backfield. Now, what we're going to do here, we're going to try to influence these linebackers, because we're running a trap, an inside trap. We're going to try to get these guys thinking that we're going outside, but we're really coming back inside, and we're trapping this defensive tackle here. So what we're going to do now, one, we're going to have this guy kick down on the nose that's in an over front. We're going to kick down on him, and what we're going to do is get Kendall Hunter on the inside. Now this guard, the play side guard, has call. He's going to either read this backer or this backer. He has to take out the first threat. So he's working up. He's going to eye this backer here. If he's not a threat and this guy's a threat, you go take him out. So he has a two-way go. He has a read block. What we're going to do here, we're going to combo the defensive end, work up and try to get the strong safety if he's trying to fill in the hole. Obviously, receivers go get the cornerbacks, but they're split out so wide to the top of the numbers that there are 9 factors in this play. Everything has to happen inside the box. So what we're doing now, backside tackle, kicking out the defensive end, we're swinging Frank Gore, almost giving the illusion of a tall sweep, but we're going back inside, like I said, because again, we're not blocking the tackle, we're trapping him. Boom, getting him blocked right here by the backside guard. Colin Kaepernick opens up as if he's throwing the tall sweep. Kendall Hunter is coming right inside, getting the handoff, and hopefully running to daylight or getting a big play within the red zone. This is a big play to run if you're from the 25-yard line going in. I think if they can do that this week versus Jacksonville, they can catch an over-aggressive defensive front in a bind. Defense tackles flying upfield, hit them quick on the inside with Kendall Hunter, who has the jets and the quicks to duck underneath and make it happen. So I think they could have a big play this week versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Versus the San Francisco 49ers, the Jacksonville Jaguars can expect to see a lot of cover 1, a lot of cover 3, maybe some tight 2-man. So I think what they can do this week to combat those coverages is passing the football weak side. Big fan of weak side passing. 1, it takes advantage of the weaker side of the defense, number 1, obviously. And 2, you also allow yourself the ability to get your running back matched up one-on-one with the linebacker. I'm going to show you how they can do this and get it done. See what we have right here. We know Justin Blackmon is great after the catch. We're going to put him on the outside. We're going to run a quick slant with Justin Blackmon. So let's just say this is cover 3, where you got your 3 guys deep, your flat defender, and your backer working underneath. So what we're going to do, we're also going to run a skinny post here on the inside. And this is what the read is going to be, the strong safety, because we're swinging the back out. Swinging, not flaring. Why? The swing is a zone buster. Cover 3 is a zone. This is a zone buster because if you can hit the guy here, we know Maurice Jones-Drew is an excellent receiver out of the backfield. He can make one miss. If it's man, you know you want to try to hit Justin Blackmon, who can easily make one miss, break a tackle, and take it the distance. So it gives the quarterback a quick read. Now versus cover 3, it also takes advantage of this flat defender, which would be the strong safety, because he's going to have to make a choice. He's going to try to disrupt this slant and then get outside. And we know this is easy right here. And you can trust your inside receiver, whether it be a tight end or a wide receiver, can get over top or climb this backer quickly. He can't drop back here quick enough, so you can make a play throwing a football. So that's one way the Jacksonville Jaguars can make a difference throwing the football weak side. I know this is a 4-3 front, so don't worry about the front, worry about the offense in this play. This is for instructional purposes. This is not saying this is the 49ers defense. This is showing what you can do versus cover 1 or cover 3. So this is cover 3 versus cover 1. Let's say this cornerback is here, tight on the man, so you definitely know this backer can't get outside to his responsibility. If he takes a shortcut or what have you, he's going to be in trouble with this back one-on-one. So I think throwing the football weak side would be beneficial for the Jacksonville Jaguars this week versus San Francisco, and could result into some big plays in the passing game.
The X factor for the 49ers will be their running backs and how they utilize that stable of talent they have back there in the backfield against the Jaguars. We know they're going to have to run the football a little bit more so because of the weather conditions at Wembley Stadium. So it'll be interesting to see how well they use those backs to their effectiveness this week versus Jacksonville. The X factor for the Jaguars will be the safety play. Both rookies back there in Josh Evans and Jonathan Cyprien will have to bring their A game. We know San Francisco puts a lot of pressure on your safeties with the way they run the football and also with the way they utilize their tight ends in the passing game. So both safeties, in my opinion, will have to play huge roles this week versus the 49ers. Now here are some coaching points for both teams in this ball game. For San Francisco, you want to keep it tight on defense. You have to play discipline versus Jacksonville. They have two legit playmakers that can make you pay if you're out of position in the running game with Maurice Jones-Drew finding the cutback lane, or in the passing game with Justin Blackmon breaking a tackle and taking it the distance. And spacing is key on offense. That's how you isolate the safety play for the Jaguars and take advantage with your tight ends versus their safeties. You have to like that matchup. You have to execute over the middle. The Jaguars defensively force you to play inside out, so you have to win over the middle to open up things on the outside. If you can't do that, Jacksonville can definitely win this ball game. Now for Jacksonville, you want to keep Vernon Davis busy. One thing I noticed about the Jags defense last week versus San Diego, at times they banjo covered Antonio Gates, and I believe they can do the same thing this week versus Vernon Davis, but they also have to get a hand on him. You don't want to allow him free release off the line of scrimmage. And I want to play small ball in the passing game. What that means is you want to dink and dunk your way down the field. San Francisco is aggressive in the secondary. They want to rob the middle of the field. They want to jump routes. Play small ball, play precise passing, and then take your timely shots deep down the field, because I do believe the Jags will be able to run the football versus this 3-4 defense because of the natural bubbles you're going to see in a 3-4. And I will go with delayed pressure versus Colin Kaepernick. Wait, then go. One thing that we'll do is flush him to one side and give him half a field to work with, and you'll be able to better contain him defensively. I like San Francisco in this ball game, and what will be another closer than what people think type of a matchup. Jacksonville's defense will be game, but there's too many offensive weapons both in the backfield and out there on the flanks, more in particular the tight end position for San Francisco, and I think they'll ultimately win this ball game going away. And I also want to give a huge shout out to 49er fan forums and Jaguar fan forums for always showing football game plan support.